is it's Saturday morning, and Roxy's with me this morning. She's gonna see if she can get her first turkey. Should be good. It's gonna be 40-ish degrees. It's supposed to be sunny, and wind's not supposed to get up to like 10 mile an hour, but that's gonna happen later on this afternoon. But anyways, we got a good idea where these birds are roosted at, so we're gonna get in here and see if we can't get on them. There should be a couple back here, so we're gonna try to pull a double, but she's gonna shoot first. So we'll get in here and see what happens. This bird begins to gobble, and although it looks really dark, it's really not. And this turkey starts having hens yelp around him, so I know I have to start calling back. Although I never really recommend calling to a bird in a tree, in this instance I felt it was best, being that he had hens around him. It's important to note, the only reason I'm calling this aggressively is to try to get this turkey's hens pretty mad. And at this point, I'm kind of losing hope because he's not really answering me, and his hens aren't really getting mad either. It's actually hot over there. After about 10 or 15 minutes, this bird has refused to answer me one time, but is only shot gobbling at crows and owls. About 7:20, almost 7:30. This turkey's still in the tree. See a hen. There he was. There's a couple of hens to our left. This turkey's still in the tree. He's gobbling. He just ain't gobbling at us. I'm assuming he's gonna have some hens to. Those hens are like going to him now. So. Turkey's gobbling good. He's in the tree. Can't do nothing with him when he's in the tree. Yeah, if it pitches down, we'll get him, hopefully. Man, these woods back here are beautiful. Pure hardwoods. There's some pine over there. And there's a cypress pond right over there. You know, you can kind of see it. There's a big old field over there. And that's where the hens that were yelping were at this morning. There was a turkey roosted on the side of that field. And then there was a turkey roosted right here, probably 100 yards from us. But he's gone quiet. And then there was another bird, or two birds really, probably 200 yards over that way. So we're about to get out of here, watch this, they don't go quiet and leave them be. That way we don't bother them. We can come in here and hunt them another time. But pretty cool. They were gobbling pretty good this morning in the tree. But pretty sure they got hens. Right, it's 9 o'clock, a little after 9, and we're gonna call it a morning. So kind of run down what happened this morning. There was a couple of turkeys roosted around us, and they're fairly hot, but I literally had just told Roxy, I said, I don't hear any hens, so this might be good. And as soon as I said that, I heard a hen on the ground yelping to our left, and then there was actually two of them started cutting back and forth each other. And I don't know, that turkey, every time I called to him, he wouldn't answer me. So I'm assuming he probably had some hens already with him. But, you know, it is what it is. It's unfortunate that we couldn't get on a bird, but especially as hot as they were. But, you know, it is what it is. Hopefully Will's having some luck. I hadn't heard from him. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but certainly hope he's had some luck. But anyways, kind of the story right now this part of the year is turkeys on the roofs are gobbling good and hitting the ground and going quiet. But it's kind of also part of the year where they kind of start losing their hens in the middle of the day. But we got to go, me and Roxy got to go work a concession stand for open day for the little kids at the ball field. But you know, so we're gonna go do that and eat some good food and have a good time, and either get back after them this afternoon or get after them in the morning. We're gonna see. But still a fun morning in the woods. All right, good morning. It is Sunday, March 31st, and today is Easter. So we're going to head in here, same piece of property I hunted yesterday. See if we can get, you know, fairly close is where this turkey was yesterday on the roost. There's a couple birds in here, but he's kind of the one I want to key in on. But before we go in here, just want to talk about, you know, certainly a blessing to be in the woods this morning on Easter. You know, there's no place I'd rather be than here in God's creation, and you know, certainly not worthy of getting to do this morning, or getting to do it any day. But thanks for, you know, Jesus dying on the cross and then rising today. You know, I'm blessed to be able to do this. So just always remember the true meaning of Easter and what it means. It's not about an Easter bunny, but it's about Jesus rising from the dead, going through the pain and suffering so that one day we could go to heaven and be with him. So always keep that in mind. It's super important. But we're gonna head back here. It's actually pretty much on the dot 6 o'clock, so day should be breaking here in about 20-25 minutes. So I'm gonna get in here and get set up and get quiet, and hopefully it goes our way this morning. As day breaks and the bird begins to gobble, I realize I'm not as close as I would like to be, and he's not gobbling particularly great.
This turkey isn't being very vocal this morning. He's gobbled 3 times so far. He's got at least one hen with him. There's a turkey to my left gobbling. But I'm not hearing any of the other birds that I heard yesterday. Just these 2. Like I said, this bird didn't gobble much at all. He's gobbled 3 times. I'm not sure why, because it's really pretty this morning, but see if he maybe starts getting hot. Well, no, I don't know. Alright, let's gobble again. I think there's 2 birds together. What it sounds like. So.
This bird pitches down and actually starts gobbling a little bit more, and he's not too far from me, so I set up and get ready to see if he's coming to me or not. This bird probably got within 80 yards of me, but he began to drift away.
Alright, so this bird pitched down. bird pitched down. Started gobbling pretty good. And there for a minute, it kind of sounded like he was even working his way towards me. But I think what it was is the bird had just, he was just facing me. And he started going to the right. There's a field back over there. He started kind of easing to, or going towards. So once he got far enough away, like he wasn't gonna be able to see me, there's a gutter right here behind me. I got back in it and walked down farther to the right, and got right here, and he gobbled. So I found some pretty good cover right here. Just sit down in. I've called one time and I hadn't heard him, but I don't want to keep calling at him, and I also don't want to move because he could be, I don't know, he could be anywhere right now. But this morning, I'll kind of go through it later, more in depth, but the setup I had was awful. I had no cover whatsoever. So as soon as I could abandon that, I wanted to. I wanted those turkeys to hit the ground and go the other way for a minute so I could kind of reposition. But when they hit the ground, they kind of flew down towards me, so I was kind of hesitant to try to call that turkey to me and everything. I was just so in the wide open, but anyways, just sitting here hoping he'll give me a gobble. I don't know where he's at. He was about 150, 200 yards through the woods right here from me last time he gobbled. But I know he has a couple of hens with him. Sounds like he even might have some jakes with him. I've heard them kind of gobble a couple times, but you just want to sit here and see if he'll gobble. Kind of go quiet and just see what I hadn't heard this bird in about 20, 25 minutes now. Like I thought what they were going to do is they were kind of drifting away and going to the right, so I expected them to be going to that field. So I got up and was going to go to my right and go in the woods with them farther, try to get in front of them. But like I said, when I got over here more to my right, before I could even get back in the woods, he gobbled, and he was back closer towards me and not drifting back away. And when I sat down, after I'd sat down for a minute or two, he gobbled again, and I hadn't heard him since. So I don't think I spooked him or anything. I think this bird, I told you he has hens, and I'm assuming he was just gobbling, trying to get me to go to him. But now he's probably done locked it down, and he ain't gonna budge. I'm gonna sit here for, I don't know, 20, 30 more minutes and just see. I feel like if this bird was hot enough, he'd be gobbling on his own right now. A lot of crows and stuff around me, I'm sure you can hear, but I don't know. Just got hens, I'm assuming. Sound like there's a couple with him. Like I said, maybe some jakes, for all I know. I can't tell. I know I've heard hens, and I know I've heard at least one jake gobble, like a little short gobble, and then a yelp. Like he didn't mean to, but I don't know. Regardless, we're just gonna sit here for a little bit. Probably just be quiet and just see if he gobbles on his own or something. See at that point if he's going to work with us. This right here is my setup. So these pines there isn't much cover, but I got all these. I'm assuming these are some sort of oak right here. I was just worried about that camera being hid and everything, and then I seen this, and I said, well, this is not a bad spot to sit down for a minute or two. Just see what happens. Turkey just gobbled. He's back kind of in the same direction I was just in, but farther away. Turkey's spinning in circles around me right now, but I'm just trying to stay close enough to hear him when he gobbles, if he does. It's kind of the only game plan, I guess you could say. But he gobbled one time. So we're gonna try to slip in here. I think he's working back towards, there's some hardwoods over here that he's working back towards in through now. So I'm about to slip down in here and try to get decently close again. I don't know, this bird's just funny acting right now. Like I said, he's got hens with him, so that's what's the challenge. But anywho, we're gonna get in here and see if we can do anything with this turkey.
When I get in here, I owl hoot a couple times to see where he's at without calling so he doesn't come to me. And he never answered. And then right before I went to go leave, I owl hooted one more time and he gobbled. This bird gobbled a couple times, but never at me calling at him. By this time, he had already worked his way into a private field, and I decided to hang it up for the day.
Alright, this is a little after 9 now, and just got out in the woods. Kind of lay out a picture and go into detail of what happened. So, on the same spot I hunted yesterday morning. My goal was to get a little bit closer, but as I was walking in there this morning, just, I don't know, it was super loud. Everything was so dry today after not having much rain. We had some rain Thursday. There's a turkey right there. 2 turkeys. Turkeys in this field right here. But anyway, I got in there this morning and just super loud. I don't really know how to describe it. Just sticks breaking and everything. I couldn't really see good, so I decided to sit down on a big tree and just kind of wait and see what happened where they were at. And they were in pretty much the same spot. Or the one I heard was. I thought I might have heard one with him, but I couldn't tell. And there was the one to our left, way across there. So basically, there's a field on both sides of me. One to my right and this way, I would say, and one straight to my left. Kind of in the middle of them in some hardwoods. This bird pitches down and starts going towards to my right, towards that field, to the field on my right. And I was like, well, dang, I'm gonna get up and see if I can't get in front of him. He didn't gobble much in the tree, but when he hit the ground, he started gobbling a little more. And I was like, okay, well, maybe this bird, he's with his hens, but maybe he's still gonna be cooperative and maybe want to do a little, come to me or whatever. But I got set up over there on the right side and talked to y'all or whatever, and same kind of thing, just wasn't gobbling great. He gobbled like twice and started moving back to my left again like he was going towards that other field. So I got up, got set up over there, and I out-hooted 3 times, never heard anything. Waited another 5-10 minutes, out-hooted again because I didn't want to call because I just didn't know where these turkeys were at this point. I didn't want to, call and these turkeys be, I don't know. I just didn't really want to. I didn't feel comfortable calling where I was at. So I out-hooted and the bird gobbled, and it was the exact same turkey that I'd been on. I heard his hen yelp after he gobbled. He was in that field on my left, and at that point I just kind of said, it's the risk of trying to kill this turkey right now worth the reward. It's not. It's April or March 31st. We've got 30 more days of season. I just don't see the rush nor the need to try to push and kill that turkey today. That turkey's not going to go anywhere. You know, when they've got hens, I think it's important as a turkey hunter to know when to stop and when to kind of push it. And I feel like today and yesterday was a day, you know, give those turkeys some time. You know, I think it's super important as a turkey hunter to know, you know, when and how to do things as far as being aggressive. And I don't think being aggressive right now is the play. I think give these turkeys, you know, a week and check them. You know, come back next weekend. It's supposed to be pretty, and just see what they're doing. See if they're willing to cooperate any, or if they still have hens, or whatever goes. You know, and just kind of at that point reevaluate the situation, because so many things have to fall into place for to be able to, you know, kill a turkey. And I just felt like, again, there was just no point to push, you know, and risk spooking those turkeys for the rest of the year and them acting weird for the rest of their life, really. Unfortunately, those fields aren't ours, or not our property, so I kind of just, you know, at that point said, you know, hey, he's got his hens, or his hen, or however many he had, and sitting here calling at this turkey's not going to do anything but hurt the situation. So got out of there, and I don't know if I'm planning on going anywhere else today. I don't plan on going anywhere else, not at this moment. Supposed to be going and meeting up with Will about 2.5 hours away, staying a couple of days where he's at, but I'm not sure exactly what we're gonna do yet. So I might just kind of, I don't know, lay low for today and get some rest, and then get back after him tomorrow, or this could be the end of the video. So regardless, we've been on turkeys. Past 3 days have been really good weather days, and we've been able to be on birds, and we're able to kill one in the last episode. So fun time in the woods, learn some things, learn mainly, you know, how to just kind of pull yourself out and just let them do their thing. And like I said, well, funny story before we end the video. I know I'm going on a rampage talking here, but so when I scouted these turkeys at the beginning of the year, there was 5 longbeards, and they didn't have a single hen with them, and I watched them in their flock, in this field and everything, and would see them in the woods occasionally in the mornings, just walking through as I drive by and stuff. And, you know, they never had a hen with them. So what I think is, I mean, it's kind of funny. You know, you always hear that the jakes and the hens will be in a flock, and the longbeards be in a flock. But I think during the winter time, these turkeys completely split, and they go completely to two completely different properties or something, because these 5 longbeards have now, those hens have came to them. They now have their hens with them. But like the first, you know, really weakest season, they didn't have any, and they've kind of, the hens have now found these birds, and they're not going to leave them now. So, or at least not, hopefully, for another week or 2. But anywho, I thought that was pretty cool. Like, as far as personally being able to see, you know, how they come together, how they split up, everything's pretty cool. But yeah, like right now they're split up everywhere. There's several turkeys in here in different little places with a couple of different hens everywhere and all that stuff. But our peak turkey season should be the next 2 weeks. Tomorrow will be the first day of April, so the next 2 weeks should be pretty good. That's what we're hoping anyways. But I think that's a lot of the reason why I wanted to back out again this morning too, is because knowing that the next 2 weeks is really when it's going to get good, and that's kind of when you kind of start pushing things a little more, and as the season goes on. But anywho, we had fun this morning, and we got on some gobbling turkeys, and we're gonna keep after them, and we'll either see y'all on the next one, or we'll see y'all in the morning.